Welcome to Pucked Up Hockey Moms, where the arenas are freezing, the group chats are unhinged, and the parenting, well, let's just say we're doing our best. I'm Amanda, hockey mom, chaos wrangler, and proud captain of the Bad Mom Squad.
And I'm Brittany, mom of three, two who play hockey, expert at juggling carpools, cold coffee, and the occasional emotional breakdown in the arena parking lot.
We're here to spill the tea on what it really means to raise hockey kids, from politics in the stands to mental health, bad calls, and everything in between. No filters, no fluff, just the truth. With a side of sarcasm.
And yeah, we're laughing through the madness, because if we didn't, we'd be crying into a damp mitt left in the trunk since last season.
So if you've ever screamed, "Move your feet," while secretly Googling the rules mid-game, you're our people.
This is Pucked Up Hockey Moms.
Let's get into it. This week we have with us Heather, a proud hockey mom of two goalies. Yep, I can't even believe it. Welcome, Heather.
Thank you so much for having me on.
So you proudly claim to the title of Pucked Up Goalie-Mum, which I love it. Let's start there and tell us about your goalie-mom journey and how you happen to have two of them.
So I don't think anyone goes into saying they want goalie children. I think it stemmed from them trying it at a very young age. So my first goalie, who's now going into U12, started playing hockey and skating about age 2-3. And then in Tyke, they all get to rotate through and they get to each try being the goalie. And he would always volunteer. And if somebody else didn't want to do it, he would always ask to do it. So we kind of took on a favor to playing in net. So we foolishly let him do it, even though I had a coworker who had a goalie and told him, "Do not let your son go in net. Do not do it." I didn't listen. I let him do it. And then his brother was born 3 years later and kind of just followed suit with him. Grew up in the rink watching him play. He started out as a player and then very soon asked if he could be a goalie like his brother as well. I strongly tried to steer him the other way, and it just didn't work that way, and somehow ended up with two of them.
Oh man. And you have another child too?
I have a third child. I have a daughter who wants nothing to do with being a goalie. She's goalied out. She thinks they're stinky, and sometimes she switches and says she wants to play hockey, but that's very short-lived. And she's a true rink rat. So
that's crazy. So you said you have a AAA, U12, and then a U9 clever goalie. What's it like managing the double crease chaos?
So half the time my husband and I have to divide and conquer because one kid is in one side of Ontario, one somewhere else playing. So usually we just divide, and one parent. I usually go with the older one. My husband goes with the younger one, and my daughter goes with whoever gets home first. So whoever's going to get home first, she goes with. But just dividing and conquering, and, shuffling of the goalie gear is always a challenge for us, because having two goalie bags in the back of an SUV with three kids, the car is constantly filled with sticks, with giant goalie bags. And of course, they don't use the roller bags because it's not cool to use the roller bags as a goalie. So, So it's, it's divide and conquer, and everyone just has to, be on board with the schedule.
So funny.
My U12, he has, I would say, goalie anxiety, where he has to be at the rink 2 hours before a game at minimum and an hour before any practice. So he always has to be the first one there, has to, so we always have to do the hockey mom math way before for anything for him. The younger one doesn't have that yet, so he's a little bit more easygoing. We can kind of just show up when practice time is, but no, the older one.
I feel like every goalie we know is like that. So it's a pretty common thing.
Yeah.
Goalie.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's true what they say, that they are just a little different, a little quirky. Like, I live with two of them. I call them goalie weirdos all the time. They just do things a little different. That's a little, and I'm like, he's a goalie. Like, don't mind that.
Yeah, they have their like little routines even in the net where they have to like go back and forth or like touch the net, and like water bottles has to be a certain like space, and I love it. I love the quirkiness. Maybe it's because I'm a little quirky, but I love the
Right.
weirdness. But you can tell a goalie all the time. You're like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
All
a
the
goalie.
time. Yeah.
We have to talk about that first gear moment. Can you
Oh,
tell the
yes.
story about the toe ties and how you thought they were for carrying the pads?
Yes. So when they're younger and they're tight, usually the hockey association that they're playing with gives them a set of goalie equipment to rotate through all the kids. So the first year that he was rotating through being a goalie, whoever the coach was would kind of get him geared up in the goalie gear because I had no idea how to put the pads on or the straps or the toe ties. And then when we bought him his first pair of goalie pads, I still didn't really know how to put them on him. And I just assumed that the long pieces of string that were at the top of the goalie pad, which are called
Yeah.
toe ties, I thought they were for putting it over your shoulder and carrying the pads. I thought that's the purpose of them. And I thought when you
Oh my
put them
God.
on, you just tuck them into your skates.
Oh my gosh.
And I soon realized that they have a purpose, that they're supposed to loop through the bottom of the skate and tie up around to keep the pad onto the skate. I thought the sole purpose was to carry them.
Oh my goodness.
And like some kids have like bungee cords on them. So I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. You can like bungee them onto your.
I love it.
That's
And I love
amazing.
that you own that. So, I mean,
I'll never live it down.
no.
So I just have to go with it.
I feel like we all have like a random moment where, we're like, oh, okay, yeah,
Is that where that
Yeah,
goes?
yeah,
exactly. So that was my first goalie mom fail of
yeah,
equipment.
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Looking back, how far do you feel you've come in learning the ins and outs of the game?
I've come a really long way. I honestly didn't even know the rules of hockey. I would go to a random hockey game if someone gave me tickets, but I honestly didn't really know the rules or offside or any of that. It's
Yeah.
only until my oldest started playing hockey and I really had to learn the rules. And even he said to me the other day, he's like, you really impress me now. Like you actually know like what's offside and you know what the calls are and you don't ask people what the hand signals are anymore.
There's some hand signals that I'm like, what was that?
Right?
And
Yeah.
you'll have some people that are like, I have no idea what they were saying. I'm like, okay, so it's not just me.
You
No,
just make them up
no.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you're like, oh, that's a really rare one for this. Okay, cool. Like, I don't know what's
Right?
going on. But yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You start to get so familiar with the calls and you're like, but was it really? No, it should have been this.
And I
Yeah.
also learned that goalies can get penalties, but they don't have to serve them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you
poke
can't be
check.
empty.
Yeah, I'm starting to learn a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm almost there. I don't know everything, but I've come a long way since the early days.
I think the first time I realized a goalie could get a penalty is when one punched my son in the face, like
Yeah.
U9. It was maybe U11. I can't remember. It was a full ice game, but my son's defense, I don't know if they played positions then, but he was getting in the crease and he was in the way, and the goalie just punched him right in the face. And I was like, wow, okay, that's where we're going. So it was like a 4-minute and someone else had to serve it. And I was like, okay, well, he didn't want you in his crease. So
Yep.
There you
lesson
go.
learned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Hopefully he was okay though.
Yeah, he was fine. They're little. It's not really that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
It's
that
more like, did they just do that?
It was more just like, okay.
Something new to
Yeah, it was more of a
experience.
shock. Like, okay, well, now I want to punch someone.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh.
You mentioned you're the parent the coaches call, not your husband.
Yes,
How
right.
did you become the go-to team contact?
I don't even know how this came about, but I think just from a young age, I was more involved with hockey. So I would convene for the younger guys when my son was little. And then I wanted to be involved with him more. So I'm like, okay, if I volunteer or if I become a manager and um, I'm more involved. And it just came that everyone had my contact information. And as a goalie mom, everyone needs a goalie. Like my phone goes off every day. Someone needs a goalie to come take shots. So everyone just ends up calling me. And I've become the go-to goalie mom, and now I kind of make the decisions on, what team they're going to, what training they do, and things like that. So
That's nice to
yeah,
be involved, right? Rather than
yeah,
just sitting on the sidelines and knowing nothing.
exactly.
So let's talk about your experience as a manager. Like, what's the wildest or most unforgettable moment you've had in that role?
I mean, I find the younger years are more wild than as the kids get older. I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but I find like first time hockey parents, they're the ones that are having like so much fun at tournaments, at the
Yeah.
hotels. So the early days were where, things were really crazy. Once we were in London, Ontario, we had a hotel booked and the power had gone out on that whole street.
Oh, wow.
And we had to quickly find a new hotel to go to. Luckily, when it's tournament weekends, usually the hotels are completely booked. But we got into a hotel that was hosting a wedding. Some of the parents ended up crashing the wedding that we were at in London.
Of course.
Luckily, the bride and groom were very welcoming to the parents.
Yeah.
None of the kids ended up going to the wedding.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was interesting having like a nice fancy wedding happening at a hotel
Yeah.
where there's a bunch of tournament kids at the same time. Yeah. And then we had a situation in Niagara Falls where we stayed at the Americana Resort. I don't know if you guys know what this is, but it's kind of like Great Wolf Lodge, but more fun and bigger.
Yeah.
So we had booked the Fun Hotel in Niagara Falls. We were there for 3 nights. And the first 2 nights we got a warning. Like because I'm the manager, I got the warning under the door, like make sure your team doesn't, get on the trolleys and ride up and down. And there's like toilet paper strung around the lights. And guys, we cannot get kicked out. We have nowhere to go. Like there's nowhere else in Niagara Falls that has hotels right now. So we need to, we can't act like hooligans here in this hotel. So I think we were there Thursday night, Friday night, and then Saturday night we booked the party room in the basement. And it was somebody's birthday. So the coach had bought one of these giant flaming candles. So it's someone's birthday. We're singing happy birthday. And then the fire alarm goes off. The fire department shows up. We get a bill from the fire department because apparently you're not allowed to have candles in the basement, which we didn't know.
Oh my God.
So they really wanted to kick us out at that point because the fire department was there. And then they told us we had to pay for the fire department to come. And luckily they let us stay and we got to go home on Sunday. But
yeah, you're like a candle.
Yeah.
Just a candle.
Oh
But then
goodness.
also when there's like other teams at the same hotel and you've booked the party room and they're trying to come in, there's always, some fights about to happen. And so, that was probably the craziest time was at Niagara Falls.
Oh, it's so
Like
fun.
now as the kids get older, we don't have those crazy times anymore. I feel like the kids are they're in their routine. The coaches are more strict about bedtime and things like that. So we don't have these crazy stories anymore.
Yeah.
Something you'll always remember.
The more serious the team gets too, right? Like the more competitive the team gets, they listen to the coach-ish more, right? Yeah. Like they have more, curfews and stuff and they don't want to get benched. It just depends on how the coach actually is and enforces that. If they don't enforce it, they're not going to listen to it. But yeah, we've been on some teams where you do get benched. So, that is helpful in keeping kids in line.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. How do you juggle being a manager, goalie mom, and keeping everything from falling apart?
Yeah, I mean, I used to manage when they were a little younger. I've given up managing because it's hard enough just trying to get 2 goalies to where they're going and just organizing their schedule, that being a manager is literally a full-time job.
I know.
So when I was working in the corporate world and managing, I would spend more time managing the hockey team than actually doing my corporate job. Once they started, especially once AAA started and it started to become a lot more competitive, I decided I can't manage and deal with 2 goalies and run a business and do, try and keep up with laundry and everything else. So
crazy.
Yeah, I did my time, I feel like. So now I can pass that along to somebody else that maybe only has 1 kid.
Yeah, right? Yeah. It's a lot. And in the beginning, everybody's so eager too. They want to try managing, being involved. And I think it's good that everyone actually tries a role because you have more of an understanding. I think gets irritating when you have those families that never try anything but have all the opinions. And you're like, that's great that you have all the opinions, but you've never tried anything. You've never volunteered for anything. You don't show up to any of the organized events, but you've got all the opinions.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, everyone should try a role, because then they have a greater appreciation of how much work and thankless work goes into it, because you've always got all the Karens telling you, and the Chads, because there's some whiny dads out there too, and I feel like we should call them Chads. Felt like an appropriate name.
Yep, I like it.
Yeah, like there's always, the ones that are just trying to tell you what to do but have no idea or appreciation, or just harp on you for it, and you just want to throw things at the wall because you're not getting paid for any of this.
Exactly. And you're the one that has to chase everyone for money, for payments, or, are you in on this event? Are you coming for dinner at this place that I book? Like, just trying to get people to communicate and
what's the development like for goalies out in your area? Like, do they have extra goalie development and stuff for you, or do you have to travel far for that?
We have quite a bit here in the GTA. There's a lot of goalie training. My boys do something a little bit different. So they do something that's called goalie power skating. So they've been doing that for the last couple of years. And it's so cute because the goalies will go out. There's no pucks. They are literally skated for an hour, like power skating, doing kind of like twirls and twists. And they compete with each other. They race. So that's something unique that I don't see a lot of goalies doing. But and even the little ones have to keep up with the bigger ones while they're out there. So they don't give you, you don't have to do less because you're younger. Like, you're expected to keep up. So my younger goalie goes with my older one, and sometimes there's goalies even older than him. They all have to keep up to speed. And then early on, the associations would pay for special goalie training once a week, usually on a weekend. There would be everyone from the association, all the goalies would go to a special goalie training. That's usually paid by the association. And then once AAA started, my son would have a goalie trainer that him and his partner would share, and he would come out to the practices. So as the players were getting their development down at one side of the ice, the two goalies would have their goalie trainer training them. So
stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Alex Cagitani
and Paul Richmond
from the Education News comedy quiz podcast called Some of the Above.
Each month, Alex and I invite you to play along with two special guest contestants from the world of education as we ask questions about the latest school news.
If you want to laugh while you learn and learn while you laugh, this is the show for you.
So listen to the Education News comedy quiz now, because truly, this podcast will change your life.
You'll sleep better, your food will taste better, and you'll probably get promoted at work.
Yeah. It's always good to do extra as well if time allows for it. So, yeah, sometimes they like the goalie trainer that's been chosen. Sometimes they don't. So, they have to, like the players. Exactly. So, and with the Clever League, same thing. They have their own goalie trainers that come out and work with the two goalies.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to another parent whose child says they want to be a goalie?
I would,
aside from don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's expensive. I always tell people, if the child really, really wants to do it, you can't really sway them. If they want it, it's in their head, they're going to want to do it, but don't push them to do it if, that's not their idea. So as a goalie mom, because my nerves are shot just from my older son, and that times two and I pace back and forth, and I kind of sit off to the side. So every time he switches sides, I'll kind of move with him and like sit alone. So it's kind of, a little bit of you're separated from the team sometimes when you're just focused on the goalie and
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've heard
that's
that from a bunch of goalie mums that they
Yeah.
are typically off by themselves or at either end, depending on which one their kid's at.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And I've learned over the years I used to be a little bit of a yeller and a screamer, and now I don't do that anymore. I stay very quiet.
Yeah.
And I've learned that there's a lot of people looking in the stands, especially for the crazy moms. I've learned to just like button it and,
It is hard to
sometimes
do. I know.
it's
I'm
hard to do.
a
It's
very
hard to
loud,
do.
passionate mom. So
See, I know.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Learning to rein it in. It's hard.
And there was kind of a switch. So we used to play hockey north of Toronto, and now we play in Toronto in the GTHL. And it's a little bit different. I find small town hockey, the parents are very involved, like cowbells, very engaging, yelling, screaming, cheering. When you move down to the GTHL, it's kind of like a shift. Like parents aren't like that. They're more mellow. So it's very interesting. So when we go to tournaments and we play smaller towns, you can tell that where the shift is. And I don't know why that is, but it's something I've learned from going from small town hockey down to the GTHL that
it's
I don't know
and guarded.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you guys have the same thing or notice the same thing, but
I'd say I notice it at different levels.
That could be it too. Like once we move down to AAA, it's a little different.
Like my son plays in the CSSHL, and you're like, my husband's like, you're not allowed to yell names. I'm like, what? You're not allowed to yell players' names. I'm like, but why? I don't understand. How will they know I'm cheering for them if I can't yell their name?
Exactly.
So that's very hard. I don't know.
Can you yell their number?
I don't know. It's very confusing for me, and it's really probably a good thing that I only get to watch him on television.
You just yell.
There you go. You can yell as loud as you want at home.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, it's hard like when they're on TV because it's a little blurry sometimes, but in person, I have had to learn to button it in that league because I always say the wrong thing. So,
and when it's being recorded, sometimes you can hear the parents yelling in the stands or what they're saying.
My mom will be like, I can hear you. I'm like, hi, Mom. Yeah, so I try not to ever have conversations near anywhere there's a camera. So.
Yes, that's right.
If I record, it's on mute because I don't want to get in trouble. But yeah. So I know. It's crazy. What makes the goalie community, both players and parents, different from the rest of the hockey world? I know we kind of touched on it a bit, but in your opinion?
I think we get each other. We get the nervousness of being a goalie parent, the challenges. So all the goalie parents that I know are super nice, super supportive. We kind of just stick together.
Yeah.
So when the kids are a little bit older in age and we see each other at goalie practice, it's just really nice to always, be in contact with them. And my son knows a lot of the older goalies just from seeing them around. They just all have a respect for each other. That's, they always hype each other up too. It's like a goalie thing.
Yeah, you have your own club within a club kind of thing. Right?
Exactly.
Like a support system, I guess, because all the parents understand the extra challenges and all the stupid things non-goalie player or parents say or whatever that you can be like, did that just happen? Yeah. Well, there's only like one or two of them on the team, I guess. Like it is a lot harder, right? You can feel separatized sometimes. It's a lot different, and the kids' mentality is different. So.
Yeah, even when they're meant to do the same drills as the players, like they're always the last at the end, or trying to keep up with they have to keep up with the players, and they've got all this gear on them, and
I know it's hard, and it's hard to not just feel like you're a puck bag, right? Like being shot at nonstop. And
yes. But then the best is when they always go up and like head tap the goalie or tap the goalie on the head. Like those are always it makes everything worth it when you see that, because
I know
they respect their goalies so much, and they'll fight for their goalie if anyone touches their goalie.
Or even more so when they go over and like hug them or pat them on the head when they've let a goal in, not so much like a good save. But
Yeah.
Hey, like, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
That like team spirit of like, we don't blame you. It's good. Don't worry about it. Shake it off. Right. Like,
exactly.
I don't think another player gets it as much from the team. Like, oh, yeah, you really whiffed that goal. Sorry. Like, they don't get the same support and more. It's like, I can't believe you missed that shot. Like,
right. Yeah.
The goalie gets that support more most of the time. Yeah. So when there's good team camaraderie.
We're super fortunate. We've never been on a team where my goalies have been blamed for not winning a tournament or not winning a game. Like, they've always been super supportive, and that makes a huge difference, right?
I mean, people need to understand that the goalie is only as good as the team in front of them. And like, we always tell our kids that it is the team. The goalie is the last line of defense, right? Yeah. Like, everything in front of it should be
the rest of you have not done your job.
Yeah. You have all failed if they've made it to the net. You've all failed your job. Why are they at our net? End of discussion.
Right.
So, yeah. But again, I have defense players, so I'm telling my players that they failed.
Yeah. I've even said to my goalie before, I'm like, you owe all of your players an apology for letting X amount of goals in.
Yeah.
And he does it. He's like, I'm sorry.
No, that they owe him an apology for letting it get past them.
Yes, I know.
It's a team, like, you win and lose together, right? And so it's nice when they support each other. But it sometimes, like, there's some that they make the best saves ever, and then it's like a 5-hole slip through, and you're like, how did that even happen, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Those are so defeating. Yes, it happens to all the players. Like, you're like, how did how did you not stop that with your stick for a forward or a defense?
Yes,
they all make the dumbest mistakes sometimes.
Yeah. Or they go to take a shot and it's like way off into where's the net?
The net is not the ceiling. What are you doing?
You're going.
Has your son, either of them, aspired to do or successfully done a scorpion? Because I've just learned what that is from another goalie mom.
What a scorpion is. You're going to have to educate me. And I have to go and tell my son that I know what this is. So I I know
No, actually, his son had done it in a tournament and it was on his bucket list of things to do other than score a goal. When you're on like your stomach and then you kick your leg up and save it.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's just like the crowd goes wild.
Yeah. I don't know if he's ever done it. He's done like a triple save, like on the ground, but I don't know if he's saved it with his foot.
Yeah. It's like that back kick. You're like curling it like a scorpion tail. I had never heard of it, but now I just want to witness it in life. I need to go YouTube it just so I can be like, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Now you tell your kids, like, you can try a scorpion.
Do you know what a scorpion save is? Because I do.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, you should really work on that.
Okay, I'm going to see if they know what it is.
Now you can be like next level, like, yeah, I'm not good, guys.
You mentioned you've got other pucked up hockey mom friends. What does having that tribe mean to you?
It means I can pick up the phone anytime and just ramble on about what's happening in a tournament without any explanation, without, we get the same lifestyle. So, my best friend is a really crazy hockey mom, crazy sports mom in general, and she'll just call me and go off the rails, and I just listen, and I get it. Like, I get how challenging it can be. So just having that support system there and going to see her son play and her coming to see my son play and just supporting each other, even though we're not on the same teams anymore. It's really important to have that. And I have a lot of former teammates of my older son who just adore my son, and they call me all the time and they're like, oh, I saw your son. He's such a sweet boy. Like, they just have such positive things to say all the time. And they're the ones that talk nicely behind your back about your kid. And it's just so nice to have that support around, that you can call them anytime and they know exactly what you're going through. They know what it's like to go on a new team where they don't know anybody, or to go on a team where there's drama, or they're the people that get it. Your coworkers don't necessarily get it. Your other friends that don't have kids in hockey definitely do not get it.
No.
It's
It's
when they
nice to have that.
listen, if I have the phone on speakerphone and one of my other friends are listening, they're like, what is happening? Like, what are you guys even talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No,
it's nice.
having that
It's
tribe
nice to
is,
have that.
it's so great. Like, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have another hockey mom or two that I knew that I could just like vent to when something happens, because nobody else gets it. You try explaining it to a hockey parent, a non-hockey parent, and they're just like looking at you like, what the you guys are crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
what the hell is happening?
Yeah. And the other thing is like they justify the money and the expense and time that goes
Yeah.
into being a hockey mom.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes even our parents, they're like, you guys spend way too much money on hockey. You spend way too much
Yeah.
time on this.
Yeah.
They don't get it. They're like, oh, they
No.
should be, spending more time on their education and more time on
Yeah.
this. Let
Yeah.
them just be a kid.
I
Your
know. We're
other
really,
your other tribe gets it.
they totally do. We're really lucky. My mom and my in-laws, they're super into it too. Like, my mom played competitive sports and stuff, so she's like so supportive and so there for it. So it's really nice that they're never like, you spend too much, which we do, but they never say it. So it's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any game day superstitions or mom hacks or rituals that get you through those high pressure weekends?
Yeah, so something I always prepare for the kids are fresh oranges. They think
Okay.
that like sucking the juice out of the oranges gives them like some kind of superpower vitamin C. So I
Yeah.
always pack that for tournament weekends. So they're like, yeah, the vitamin C really helps. But then the
Yeah.
boys themselves have their own rituals where they, like to be there early. And my older son, he does a almost like a meditation
Mhm.
before big games. So he'll sit outside the change room on his goalie bag and he'll do like a manifestation of the game and he'll talk to himself as he's like meditating.
That's great. I love it.
Yeah. And he learned that from a goalie mindset guy named Pete Fry,
Oh,
who's
cool.
they say goalies, it's all a mind game. So if they
It
can
is.
get in the right mindset, especially from an early age, that it really
Yeah.
helps.
Mindset is. So,
Yeah, sometimes he's just sitting on his bag 2 hours before game and he's in the zone, his eyes are closed and he's saying like, whose house is this? This is my house. Like, it's the cutest thing. And sometimes I record him and then I feel bad because like he's doing his thing, but
no, it's so
yeah,
cute. That's great. Like, that's like
yeah,
what an amazing thing to have at that age, right? Where you're just ready
yes,
to go. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
So, how do you stay grounded or find fun things when things get a little too intense?
Yeah, I try and separate myself from the other parents just so I don't get wrapped into anything that's going on, especially with the
Yeah.
refs. Like if parents are yelling at the refs, I kind of just, stay off to the side and stay out of it. I don't know if I'm grounded at all. Just I feel like I'm all over the place all the time and I'm just
Yeah.
I guess just having such a busy schedule is my grounding because
Yeah.
I don't have time to, react to certain things. And I'm like, okay, we have this and then we have that, then we have to go here. Just being like a hockey family, we kind of plan our vacations around hockey tournaments. And
So true.
so that's
Yep.
kind of,
Tournaments are
that's
vacations, aren't they?
right. Yeah. I don't have any hobbies. Like this is my hobby. This is my life right now.
I know we're talking about a tournament in Cancun for spring next year. And I'm like,
There
well,
you go.
then
I
we
mean,
actually get a vacation.
exactly.
Yeah.
I went
I know.
to Austria with my older son this past
Cool.
spring for
Nice.
hockey. Yeah, that was
That's so cool. I love how
Very, very
much
fun.
travel you can get out of sports like this too, right? Like, because
yes,
kids actually can see so much in the world and become a little more
exactly.
cultured, even though they're doing it from a rink.
Exactly. Just trying new foods and yeah, seeing how other people live in different countries and yeah, how they play hockey in those countries and
Yeah.
I didn't
Different.
even know you could play hockey in Cancun. They have hockey there or
Yeah.
arenas?
I know.
I had no idea.
Yeah. They're working on it. Like, because every time we go to Mexico, we're like, oh man, I could live here except for the hockey. And then we Google it and they're like, no, there is like a rink working on it. So,
Huh.
but yeah, even like Hawaii has like an outdoor, they try and do like
Yeah.
roller hockey and stuff, trying to bring hockey there too. Like,
Yeah.
so, I know, it is funny. I'd love to see an NHL team in Hawaii. I think that'd be really funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of our local teams went to Hawaii a few years ago for a tournament.
Oh, really? They do have rinks there? I've only seen outdoor rinks.
Apparently, yeah, apparently they do.
Interesting.
That would be so expensive to cool that.
Well, same with Cancun, like.
Yeah. Oh my God, that would be insane. But tourism helps the economy, so I'm sure that would help pay for the rink.
Yeah,
True.
for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I really want to go to the Cancun one. That'd be great. As long as I can get off my back, so I can get on a plane.
Hopefully you are by spring next year.
I damn well better be. High expectations, guys.
So our final question, if you could go back to day one hockey mom Heather with a message from now, what would you tell her?
I would tell her to not listen to certain people or certain coaches that want to keep your child for their own selfish reasons. So I've had some coaches, tell my son, you're not good enough to play AAA. You should stay where you are. You should, play AA. You should play single A. Mm-hmm. But just not listening to other people and just, doing the best for your kid and letting them play as high level as they're able to and see where that takes them. So that's, I've had some coaches want to keep him back to keep on his team instead of, moving on. So if I were to go back and tell myself, like, just do what you think's best for your son and, let them play as high level as they can. And if they can't do it, they can't do it. And if they can, they will.
Yeah. That's great advice. Yeah. As long as they want it, just let them do it. Right.
Yeah.
As long as you're able. Right. Because it doesn't always work out that way. But yeah, that's excellent. I love it.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for coming on. I love it. I love hearing your story, your double goalie story.
Yes.
I don't think I could do one goalie, never mind two. I know. My anxiety would just not handle that.
Still goalies too. So my older one, because he's also a lacrosse goalie, he's a very upright goalie, very doesn't get down on the ground too much. He uses a lot of his upper body and he's big. He fills the net. Whereas my younger goalie is he's like Felix Potvin, very cat-like, all over the place, rolling. He's very dramatic. So every time they win a game or a tournament, he does this crazy goalie celebration. He's spinning around on the ice. He does the goalie gritty every time his team scores. So the younger one's very entertaining to watch. Yeah. Whereas the older one's very,
stoic.
Yes. Very regimented, very takes the game as his career, whereas the younger one has so much fun with it.
That's awesome.
Their different personalities are funny to watch as well, and they definitely don't learn from each other. My older one cannot teach my younger one because the younger one will not listen to him. They have their own ways of doing things.
Well, that's good because they are their own people, and it's nice to have their own personality, right?
Exactly. The younger one stacks the pads like goalies used to do in the 80s. And I don't even know how he knows to do that because I feel like he's never seen them do that. But he stacks the pads, goes down. Yeah. So they're their own characters.
That's great. That's awesome. Well, thank you again. We'll love to follow your progress and stuff, so I'll keep following you on Instagram and stuff, and we'll throw your handle in the show notes and stuff so people can follow the Scott brothers and their journey.
Awesome. That sounds great. Thank you, ladies, so much for having me.
Thanks for joining us this week on Pucked Up Hockey Moms. We seriously appreciate you listening, laughing, and surviving the hockey mom life right alongside us.
Whether you're in the stands, stuck in carpool, or hiding in the rink bathroom for 5 minutes apiece, we see you and we're right there with you.
This episode was proudly brought to you by AAA Hockey Recruiting, your go-to for player development, showcases, and getting noticed at the next level.
Whether you're aiming for junior, prep, or NCAA, they've got the tools, the know-how, and the hookup. Check them out at AAAHockeyRecruiting.com and tell them the Bad Mom Squad sent you.
Until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and stay a little bit pucked up.